Hello guys, it is King Bud Deer, and welcome to another Napoleon Total War multiplayer battle. I'm going to show you guys this 2v2 on pyramids. As you can see, I have another one on here, and a 3v3 from Amazon Confluence, which you guys will see these other two very soon, but first we're going to play this one. As I am teamed with Tip, and we are going against Donkey and Legends Live Forever. And this is basically the start of when I really started playing as Prussia. This is actually the first battle that I have here. Yeah, he played as Russia. Alright. So, let's see, what's my Prussian build? I believe I have 4 Hussars, 4 Prussian Fusiliers, whole bunch of Musketeers down the line, and then a Foot Guard and 8th Life Regiment with a General's Staff to finish it off. And then Tip over here has 2 militia, 4 Russian Jaegers, a whole bunch of Musketeers, General Staff, Moscow Musketeer, Lifeguard, and another Lifeguard. Bunch of Lifeguards in the line today. So, of course, the officer's wearing white pants, the one that sticks out from the entire line. That's probably a bad thing. Well, I didn't go over his cav. He has Cossack, Hussar, and then another Cossack. 2 more Cossacks. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Very, very interesting, actually. You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. Get some nice close-ups on the units. Gotta love Lifeguard. Let's see, where are mine? Right here. My Foot Guards. Plumes. The 8th Life. Alright, I'm playing against the Ottoman, which I believe, I don't know exactly who it is. We'll find out at the end. Let's see, how much cat does he have? Looks like he has 2 mounted Nizams. Nah, he's got 4 mounted Nizams. He's got 4 Nizam light infantry. And then he's got 5 line. And then he has 4 lovely Janissaries to finish it off. And then the French player has, looks to me as 4 Chasseurs A Cheval and an Emperor's Dragoons. And he brought Chasseurs, some militia, 2 Old Guard, and then the 18th. And then some Polish Legion to finish it off. So he's got a pretty good army build, I would have to say. It's a General's Bodyguard. Then look at their generals. Yeah, General Staff, that's what I figured. So we'll fast forward it a little bit. His Tip has got his militia on the front line. We're working him as a meat shield, as all militia ends up being usually. But obviously they got the hill. But I'm going to have a pretty hard time against the Ottoman here in the center. Right here. Because he's going to end up sending his lovely Janissaries for a melee attack late in the game. What is Tip's Russian Jaegers are just waiting. So are my lovely Fusiliers in light formation. Or loose formation, whichever way you want to call it. I have 2 reserves here on the flank just to make sure I'm not getting overextended. And then, looks like I'm sending the rest of my reserves over here. They're going to be well needed by the end of this. So there's going to be a little bit of a sit and stare game for the first, probably 10 minutes of the battle, if I remember correctly, is how long the stare fest went. May not have been that long, but with the lovely fast forwarding feature, it ain't going to seem that long. Hello, sir. How's your day? Oh, I think he has a Hitler stash. Ugh. As you can see, the Ottoman is setting up next to the French up on the hill. He'll end up pushing up here to engage. The French are pushing off the hill, as Tips quickly moving to re-engage his forces. You can see this is a massive blob of French moving out. The Ottoman's still setting up. Looks like he's moving his cav back. But I'm starting to shift my lights, because the Ottomans are going to end up moving over down here. Now I'm going to have to cover Tip's flank with mine. Shifting over the main line, then I'll end up pushing over these reserves. And here comes the Ottoman push / advance. So I'm going to end up having to push my lights even further down here, just due to that. Now I move my cav up with my reserves. I think the French are pushing it and trying to get in range. They are going to be in range here in a minute. Yeah, now Tips put them in loose formation. So soon enough, there's going to be a skirmish going on over here. But Tips really got to watch this huge blob of French cav. And my men are tired in my lovely lights, so I put them into tight formation. First volley should be coming in any second. There you go. Oh, slaughter. Slaughter the lights. And the poor militia. A few stray bullets hitting the musketeers in the backfield. Here comes in some lovely cav. They're mainly going to get shot before they can get to the militia. Well, they're still going to make it in the charge. Now I have to shift my lights over even further. And now they're all messed up. There you go. Most of my shots are hitting the hill in front of the Ottomans, but he's hitting most of his on the hill too. So either way, this is going to be a nice skirmish for the initial combat here. Now Tip's pushing in his militia, charging them in, and here comes a huge blob of lovely Ottoman cav. So I am going to end up making a mistake when I charge in my cav. They're going to end up squishing a lot of my guys. Like right here, they're going to squish these guys. They're going to get ran over. Just a bit. Just a bit. They just got the tip of it. Sorry, I had to make a reference. But over here, Tip's doing good over here against the French. But as of right now, I'm just a total cluster over here. Just a
Our
cluster.
men are running for.
But fortunately, the cav is quickly routing, and I'm continuing the charge with my own cav. And then I'll be able to get my line back into a decent formation pretty quick. So I do get a decent little hit on his lights here. Also get that unit that wasn't in square. So I continue the charge past the square, try to at least. As you can see, my entire line's just a cluster. So I'm trying to fix it. But at this point, Tip's trying his best over here, but he's doing very, very well. Very, very well. His lifeguards end up being the lifesaver of this fight for the most part, especially once the Ottoman charges into some Mets, which are very, very close to charging in. Very, very close. Another cav unit to the charge against these voltigeurs, these chasseurs. The old guard are on the main front, it looks like. Because now I'm trying to keep the Ottoman from doing too much. And my lovely blocks that I haven't fixed yet. Is now I'm starting to fix them. Here come in the Cemets. Still have 3 units of reserves back here, including my guards. But my guards aren't going to get used until pretty much the end of the battle. And now at this point I'm trying to save my light infantry. This poor unit ain't going to be able to shoot anything before they can get charged. I do form them into square, so it does mean they are going to be able to hold off a bit longer. So I'm also going to end up squishing them. Unfortunately, like I said, I made quite a few mistakes in this battle. And I also made the mistake to keep this line, these 2 reserve units, up in the front. So all those units are going to get squished too, so I made a few mistakes in this battle that I really could have taken back. As you can see, I'm trying to save at least one of my units.
Our men are running for.
I'm starting to be able to save both of them. But these Janissaries are just a pain, so Tip just charges in his lifeguard. Unfortunately, his lights get charged by the Ottoman cav. But now Tip's starting to lose his flank just a bit, but he's falling back. But these Cemets just messed up my line. I had no choice. I tried to hold them off, but this is a charge, so I'm starting to fall back my main line. I have no choice in the matter but to fall back. And these guys are unfortunately not on fire at will, which I think I turned them back on when I noticed that they're going to start getting charged. Fortunately, these lifeguards are doing probably quite a bit of damage against these Cemets. Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage against Cemets. At this point, I'm pretty much just trying to hold the Ottoman charge. You can see our forces are starting to look pretty bleak over here. Pretty goddamn bleak. But at this point, the Ottoman left is starting to get a bit weak. Just got a unit of 54 men on the flank. And I'm starting to rout the rest of the Janissaries. except there's a lot of them still going after Tip's lines. But fortunately, these lifeguards are also in square, but as you can see, the numbers just dropping. At this point, Tip just does a final charge, and actually, the lifeguards are going to do very, very well. Very, very well. And this entire flank is going to fall in a lifeguard charge. But as you can see, the Ottoman is starting to falter now himself. As I'm starting to reform once again, just trying to hold the main line.
Sir, our general is under
And now
attack.
I'm pushing over my guard units to help. My guard units always end up being at least needed at some point in time. Unfortunately, Tip's general died. You can see, I'm going up against light infantry. Just lovely. Got this unit a square against the Ottoman general. And as everyone knows, the Ottomans have not the best stats at all. So obviously my musketeers are winning the main line. As you can see though, Tip's charge over here is faltering.
Our men
But
are
all
running,
the
sir.
French units are very depleted. So he does have this one, this one lifeguard over here, which is actually going to be the savior of the battle. He does have a few units. He actually has no units, only that lifeguard. So at this point, it's only me left in the game. Really, honestly. As these lovely Nizams are falling quickly to my 2 musketeer units over here. But as of right now, there's just quite a bit of French force, but actually, this one last lifeguard is, I think, is the one I was talking about as being the savior, because look, it's about to rout 2 Polish legions. One's gone, the next one's right behind it. And this is pretty much all the French force that I
Our
have to
men
push
are running,
against.
sir.
So now I'm starting to push up, try to take advantage of this flank. Now I'm running my guard units up just to make sure I can continue my advance. I think that unit comes back from routing. So my lifeguards, these aren't lifeguards, these are foot guards. Come on now. These foot guards are gonna quickly put to rest these chasseurs. But as you can see, the French force just is not much. So either way, I have my guard units up here. They're not gonna. I mean, they're depleted old guard. They can still do damage, but overall, that volley still hurt.
Our men
Once
are running, sir.
I start shooting them down, it's gonna be pretty quick. And plus, that one looks like it's out of ammo. Yeah, they're charging. Yeah, my got the nice, lovely volley off. My foot guard is getting shredded. I mean, I'd love it if they got a volley off, and I just charged them in. Actually, it looks like they're charging. I'm just trying to finish off the rest of the Ottoman force. But pretty much at this point, due to Tip's lifeguard still being alive, that pretty much caused a distraction for me to be able to, well, for us to be able to finish off the light infantry, which would have probably been a really big problem. Now it's just kind of final charging right now. These foot guards, well, these lovely 8th Life Regiment, which are for some reason glitching out. Huh, I didn't notice that until right now that they're glitching out. Oh well. Shh. But the old guard finally rout from the field,
We have killed their general,
and
sir.
the French
Now they
generals
must
died.
trade.
Donkey has died. So pretty much at this point, the battle's over. As you can see the carnage all over the field. This is probably the bloodiest part of the fight due to cement charge. But Tip's side is just as bloody because of all the firefighting going on, this melee charge of the Polish Legion against lifeguards. But all that's left at this point is these two units and this lovely Ottoman unit that just won't rout from the field. I think I'm going to end up shooting in the side. Yes, I'm going to end up shooting them in the side.
Our men are running for it.
Which I honestly think probably routed that unit, but oh well. I still say at this point that Tip's unit saved the battle. They say one last melee charge for the glory of the Prussians. I think my 8th life's gonna, the glitchy 8th life is gonna try to put a volley into him. Nah, I don't put a volley into him wisely. So that's the end of this battle, guys. We'll take a quick look at the stats. So, Tip did really dang good, which is pretty much why we won. I mean, we both did good, but it was a pretty close fight either way. So, let's see here. Looks like my best unit was a musketeer unit at 183 kills. But thank you guys for watching. More to come soon. Peace.